Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beautiful people across the whole world, it is Tuesday, my dudes. It's a little chilly here in the apartment, thusly I am wearing this nice sweater that, like, you know, kind of has, like, a little bit of a neck, but it's like a loose turtleneck. It's like a turtleneck where someone was like, fuck this, ah! And they just ripped it open, and now it's cozy again. It's halfway between a scarf and the sweater. It's nice. It's kind of efficient. It's combined. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be doing some good old mythic laddering. We're going to start off with our Gates for Days deck. If you're curious about the deck list, it should be up on the screen. We're also going to be doing some work on our Naya control deck. I just love homebrewing. I love homebrewing, and I'm feeling like I'm getting a more basic sense of the meta in order to be able to produce my own stuffs. But no shame in net decking. You know what I mean. Know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Maldarian, happy 82-month anniversary. See Maldarian up at the top screen, 82. Alright, let's start with the reasonable questions right now. Who here is at work today? I know Fridian 207's rebuilding a database. Who's doing work right now? Siege Rabbit, what work you doing? What work you doing, everyone? Sharks is terrible question, but what does the BO1/2 mean? We're doing best of ones and best of threes today. Nakatomi says, I work at home, Docker containers. Hell yeah. Alright, Terramander. This indicates to me that we are up against Izzet Drakes, which is a very strong, very consistent deck in the current meta. Is this... Yeah, we're getting some serious hip hip mole. Yeah, I might have to take the sweater off because it's like aliasing really obnoxiously. Or more, excuse me. I said mole. It's okay. I do like mole sauces. This is Izzet Drakes. So the idea behind the Izzet Drake decks is that you have the Crackling Drake, the Enigma Drake. They are 0/4s where their power gets boosted by the number of instants and sorceries in the graveyards. Terramander's adaptability, notice, costs 1 less for each instant sorcery in the graveyard. It's a very good early drop to allow a similar sort of pressure. I'll go ahead and gain some life. Don't ask me twice. It's plausible that there's a Spell Pierce here. The Izzet Drakes deck tends to run a lot of 1-mana spells, like Dive Downs, Spell Pierce, things like this. Pleased to say that we got this off. We generally want our Izzet Guildgates because we want to have enough blue sources. We have an island in hand, so I think I'm going to get a red-green source. Waffle says, at work sorting paperwork at the end of the day, there's nothing better than day 9 to play in the background while completing the tedious part of the job. Oof, love stuff like that. Unfake Player says, I'm working you to make more shows like Mostly Walking. What do you mean shows like Mostly Walking? There'll only ever be one! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I would... Do we want to play this Ram? Alright, here's my logic. I'm going to play the Ram first with enough mana open for that weird 1 blue counter a creature spell. I'm going to play this puppy down. I think this is an acceptable threat early on against this opponent. And also by waiting, we can then play the Hydroid Krasis next turn for a whopping 6. Asa Brahman. USSA Brahman Lincoln. It says 1,000 bits. Thanks for your streams. I'm a way better MTG player because of you. Thank you. And hell yeah. I'm happy to be streaming. I was in a grumpy mood this morning. Over nothing big. I just think I slept on the wrong side of the bed, if you know what I mean. Goosh whoosh, goosh whoosh, goosh whoosh. Against this type of deck, I pretty much always need to hurry the hell up. Once the Drakes begin to plop down, that's when our problems begin to happen. So if I do this, this could be adapted to get buffed up. I'm going to go ahead and let the damage through, because life is something we can really use as a resource in this matchup with the Archway Angels and things like that. Dotori Lunchmeat says, found out this weekend I'm going to have to miss the festival for the last 2 shifts. I'm going to do it at my current job. Ugh. Terribly sorry to hear that, my friend. So this has trample. Perfect. So we can get 1, 2, 3, 4 damage down. Perfect. Excellent. Watch us. So these are important to get out of the way. This is probably going to get blocked and dive down. My name is Day9, and I am a fucking wrong dude. But that's okay. We'll still... X equals 4. BAM! BAM! Gotta go ahead and play this forest. Into the bin. This is good. We're getting some damages in. Terramanders evolving are very nice. Day bam. I believe it's plausible that in this position we may wish to play the Archway Angel and Gatebreaker Ram and just continue to smash with the Hydroid Krasis. So what it looks comfortable. It's pretty nice. Sheriff's torn it up a lot because she likes to do tummy time. She has to get on me and make the bread, and I don't care at all, Vin Faith. I do not care at all. Everything I own in this house, all the clothes that I own, are 100% the possessions of the cats. And if I don't want the cats to be in possession of them, I shouldn't bring them into this household. That's the way to be a good cat father. Okay, so I could mass manipulation, but this very clearly says to me that there is a dive down available. So note that our opponent has 3 cards left in hand, and there's not a lot of big card draw. This deck tends to be much more about cycling through things. So I will play the Archway Angel first to heal for a bunch, because then this kind of means that our opponent struggles a lot to blast through for that small bit of damage. Oops, I missed 2 health. Because our opponent's not going to have huge card draw engines, our opponent's really looking to win right now. So I think this was reasonable. Mass manipulation might actually be the thing to cut here. There's a lot of dive downs. Okay, maybe I should bring in the canopies. I kind of like the idea of bringing these. Maybe the Cindervines is good. There's not a lot of enchantments to destroy, so I'm less keen on this. The Gatebreaker Rams felt like they performed nicely, right? Because these are threats that our opponent can't actually deal with very well. Archway Angels actually felt super nice as well. They're blockers, they're healers. I mean, I actually kind of want to, like, do this. Which seems a little weird, right? We're up against someone with flying everywhere, so why would we not want to blow this shit up? I mean, I think that I'm just going to be... I think I just want neither of the targeted spells. You know, maybe we have the Expansion Explosion, but Gates Ablaze gets around. This is kind of a weird mulligan, but it feels right to me. Because basically, when I look at our opponent's deck, our opponent is looking to remove the 1 or 2 significant threats that are there, such as a 3/3, a 4/4, maybe some small creatures, blow those up with Shocks and Lava Coils, and then quickly, with one big burst of momentum, swing over the top using the Enigma Drakes. Or the Crackling Drakes, or the Terramanders, or what have you, right? That's the shape of this deck. And so that I think that if I can ramp and heal and put a little bit of pressure on with Gatebreaker Rams, Gate Colossus, stuff like this, this avoids the issue of, ooh, there's little small dirtlers that, you know, my opponent's trying to blow up. Completely avoids those issues. And creates threats that Hatefront will eventually feel committed to actually dealing with head-on. So that's why I feel like the removal spells, like the Crushing Canopies, I'm almost trying to not be so removal-focused, because I think that that's where this deck will succeed. They'll succeed because so much of their suite is protect me from protect me from targeted spells, target removal, so again, I can punch through with the Drake. So I'd rather spend my mana in some sort of more aggressive fashion. Like what we're seeing here. So I'm just going to Circuitous Route, and I'm going to just get the double Izzet Guildgates, right? Get the blue and the red mana going, because we'll need another expansion explosion. Yep. Yep. Because again, Hatefront can't really deal a lot of damage, but then all of a sudden Hatefront can deal a huge amount of damage. And then I can, like, Gateway Colossus, slam a bunch of stuff down. Which seems good. Zodiac 9675. Day 9, where'd you get that sweater? My wife loves those on me, but I haven't been able to find one in a long time. I think it was literally just Banana Republic men. Just Banana Republic men. Set the course. Make it happen. Okay, so I think drawing 1 billion seems good. So I'm going to first Circuitous Route to see if I can Circuitous Route and then draw an untapped land. That feels good to me. No, that's a way better play. That's a way better play. So now I get double Circuitous Route. And then I can just maybe get 3 Colossi down in this turn. Gruul, is it? Draw. Draw. We have the potential to peel another Colossus as well. Either way, these being 0 is very strong. Oh yeah, I probably don't need any more gates. How many of these do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoopsie dipsy. Counted that maybe a little wrong. Okay. Okay. So this is 8, so this will heal for 16, and that seems pretty good, right? So we'll do this, which plays around Quench. Disdainful Stroke's a very good card. Okay. We don't really mind that that's what happened, because I'm just going to Gates Ablaze and kill the entire board. And remember that these are recurring threats, so it's not really much of a big deal. Seems good. Okay, I think we actually played this out very intelligently. And I say actually because you may have seen me yesterday play this out not intelligently. Alright, so that's probably the wrong move. Let's go ahead and put that down. Let's go ahead and put that on top. Let's go ahead and put that on top.
Decisions.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. 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 Play Breeding Pool, untap to cast the Ram at the end of the turn. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I'm a little worried because you'll note that there's like a lot of stuff in the bin. So I would have shocked myself to 12. Which a maximized velocity and Drake could have killed me. So I'm a little more content with our play to be slightly more conservative and defensive. Falsify TV says, what is a red, blue, green, white deck called? It's called Sans Black. Sans Black. Seed StarCraft says, always love your content. Would you consider doing a StarCraft show again in the future, such as analyzing ASL games like Not As New Timing? Either way, I think you're great. You should do content you find fun. Well, first of all, I appreciate the entire notion of the message. I will state that, yeah, I mean, generally speaking, happy to do it. The hardest thing is that I don't have access to any of those replays. And so for that reason, it winds up being very tough. That's about it. That's about it. Oh, that's so funny. A white, blue, red, green deck is called Wurg. There's nothing that can get thought erasured here that's really that bad for us. I mean, technically a Circuitous Route can get gobbled up, but, you know, I think we're fine. It's called Jank. Yes, anything that's 4 colors is called Jank. I think Expansion Explosion's a very smart choice. Okay. And it gets counterspelled. This being countered is fine. I think we just go, Izzet? Izzet Guildgates typically appear to be the ones that I'm most likely to jam down. Alright. And let's do it again. I'm thinking Gruul. I'm thinking Simic. If you want to counter it, you're more than welcome. This is good. I'm gonna play the Circuitous Route and not put the Colossus on the top of the deck. I'm choosing not to put it on top of the deck because I want to draw something good, you know. See, Starcraft says, I guess you could go back to 2009 analyzing VODs. No, there's just way too many modern copyright issues that are a pain. Alright, we may have lost. This deck has really funny momentum swings, because, like, right now you feel real bad, but then you draw a Hydroid Krasis and you feel real good. One, two, three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. X equals 8. Hello. Wooshy, 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 wooshy. Probably should have played the Izzet Guildgate because I ain't doing too much else. Haircut, Dana, I'm looking sharp. Yeah, I got my haircut on Saturday. Bye. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to keep Circuitous Routing to empty my deck from lands. It doesn't particularly matter too much, but as long as we're emptying them. Going to go ahead and decline all this. Until I have card draw, I don't think we can do this. This is going to be a good old decline, 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 decline. Whoosh, whoosh. Yeah, this is a Banefire sideboard matchup for sure. We're gonna cut the Gatebreaker Rams because they don't do terribly much. Put in more Colossi. Cut the Archway Angels because they don't do very much. I mean, healing for like 50 billion or however much we're gonna get here is good. Oh yeah, 26 casually. Cut the Gates Ablaze. So we have all this room freed up to do things like put in all of our negates, putting in all of our... do I want Crushing Canopy in this matchup? Feels like I might, maybe just for the enchantment removal. You got it, bud. Why decline? Because I want to draw more useful things. Just drawing a single recurring 8/8 is, interestingly, weak in this deck. Interestingly, it's not that good. And the reason that it's not so good is that what makes the Colossus nice is that I draw, like, 15 cards sometimes. And then once I've drawn 15 cards, I can play a bunch of Colossi for free. So it's like the draw and play free threat that is the strength. So, like, for instance, I would rather draw something like a Guild Summit, tap a whole bunch, draw a whole bunch. I would be surprised if we won this game. Boom. Yeah, so this is the one that if this gets eaten, this hurts. This hurts a lot to get eaten, but we immediately win the game if it doesn't go down. So yeah, it's fine. To all subs, near and far, new and old, welcome to Day 9 TV. We're having ourselves a nice, relaxing, calm Tuesday, climbing up towards Mythic again. I was Mythic, ladder got reset, went to Platinum 4, as is usual. So just slowly meandering our way northward. What day? It's only the 5th of February? Wow, it's only recently become February. That's nice. If you're new sub here, I just want to say... Alright. We're gonna have to blow this up ASAP. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. I should probably draw 11 cards. That seems good. Resolve. God, Jeff Hoagland with the host for 2,000. Oh! Jeff Hoagland, man, you have been very generous with your hostings of this channel, and I gotta say, the biggest pain is that I stream after you almost always because you're Easterner on the United States. I'm just gonna get out of this game. And I'm Westerner. I gotta invert my sleep schedule so that way I can, like, pass the torch back. Bye. Archway Angel, bye. Gatebreaker Ram, probably not. Then we bring these in. Bring that in. Bring probably the Cindervines in. I forgot that those were in the board. Crushing Canopy. Yeah, wow. We are the ultimate sideboarder in this spot, man. Jeff's awesome. Yeah, man. Jeff Hoagland's great. Great player. Extraordinarily solid commentary. It's lovely. Wizard Dance Party says, I basically have an inverted sleep schedule right now. Don't do it, it sucks. I like inverted sleep. Because I am completely happy and content to have almost no interaction for long periods of time. I like need to go out like once a week, and that's about it. The rest of the time, I just want to be in my own head, hanging out with my own cats in my own home. So when I'm inverted, no one can fucking interrupt that, which is grand. Oh my god. Leonu. 72 months in a row. That's 6 years. Leo says 6 years of fantastic entertainment, man. Merci beaucoup, Leonu. And a tier 2 sub. Hot damn. Oh. This gets his deck quickly, ramps into a Banefire win. Surprise, it's only one in the sideboard. The reasoning behind it is that I want to play. Bad. Is that I have 2 expansion explosions, which can function a little bit like the halfway point of those. Two Gruul for school. Pay to life. Yeah, I'm gonna do this on upkeep just to really stick it to him. You got no blue mana. Boom. There it is. The power of the Day-9. Oh! See you later, Guild Summit. If we'd gotten the Guild Summit down, that would have been Balfe. This is like our win card in this matchup. Part of me was just like, and is it coming now? Do we want Izzet Guildgates? You betcha. Again, looks like it sucks a teensy tooch, just a little bit. It's not so bad. This is painful to get so early, but that's okay. This does look like it hurts some, however, I'll note. Not a lot's coming down from Dean for quite some time. And we have a number of ways to deal nice chunks of cards. If only I had a syncopate. I think we just permit the cards to get drawn. Iden Sim says, 2 years ago when I turned 21, I asked you what beer I should get. You said I should get a Leffe Blonde. And you say, I gotta say, I didn't like it at the time, but now that I can appreciate beer more, I gotta say it's pretty great. Hell yeah. Do you have any more recommendations? Lately, I don't drink a lot of beer. As you can probably notice by the fact that I am losing weight. But I like really light beers lately, like Sapporo. I think I gotta get that one out as fast as possible. It'll probably be absorbed. I do like beer. Oh my god, Exceed Starcraft says, can I ask a Brood War strategy question? I've been practicing a large amount of SCR and have made it to B. Woo! First of all, that is a fucking hell of an achievement. Beautifully done. But I'm having issues versus higher level Terrans. In Zerg vs. Terran, I'm having issues with 1-1-1, which I don't face much in lower leagues. Ah, Jesus Christ, yes. How should I react to seeing the Terran going 1-1-1? How do I defend it while still moving back to standard play? I guess what I don't understand is the game flow versus that strategy. Sorry if I'm not asking a specific enough question. No, my friend, you are asking literally all the precisely correct questions. So, let me see if I can compose my thoughts here, so... Okay, I got it. And I'm going to try to actually provide an explanation for StarCraft strategy while trying to win against an Esper control deck. Day-9 does it again. Alright, let me run you through this. Alright, perfect. If there's any discard effect, we completely get toasted. That's fine. I should have held on to that card. But, okay, so, first of all, I want to frame the general flow of Zerg vs. Terran. Not just for our viewing audience at home, but also for Exceed StarCraft. I want to be able to talk to you about the correct emotional perspective and rational perspective on that sort of typical Terran army and why 1-1-1 is a little weird and different. So typically the story of Zerg vs. Terran is Terran can maybe pressure a little bit early on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not enough. Up to snuff. So typically in Zerg vs. Terran, Terran can move out with Medic Marine and mess with Zerg a little bit. But pretty damn immediately... Speaking of pretty damn immediately, I'm just... X is 1, man. I'm gonna try to steal this first. Eat a counterspell, which is totally fine right now. Perfect. That's a second absorb down. You know what? I can't do this. There's no way that Day 9 can do it again. There's zero chance. I am going to be unable to talk about this and answer your StarCraft question at the same time. But by God, I have a very good and strong and reasonable answer for you, Exceed StarCraft.
Let's skip to the good part.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Ah! It is a good day for Dean to die.
This is hardly my worst defeat.
This is hardly my worst defeat. So we assume that our opponent probably has 8 counter spells, 3 negates, 4 absorbs, and you know, syncopate, something like that. V, for instance, do you know Miller beer? I do not drink Bud Light, Miller Lite, Michelob Ultra, any of those like classical American beers. I don't drink any of that shit.
You'll hurry.
I've tried them and I like very much do not like them. It was like 10 years ago when I drank that, so maybe my mouth nowadays would be like, oh, this is amazing. Oh, oh, I love it so much. Maybe yes, maybe no, maybe absolutely so. Maybe we're dead. I wish I was Naya. You know what I mean? I wish I was a Naya Gaia. Yeah, Exceed. I'll talk StarCraft shop after this here match. It is so weird to me that I've spent so much of my life... big piles of ball sacks. Oh my god, enormous devastation. I gotta work on my sideboarding plan. Wait, why are you using that mana? I thought you always let me use my mana. Alright, I'm getting out of this game. We're dead. Boo, boo. We're whiffing a teensy tooch on Hydroid Krasis type things. One Hydroid Krasis and maybe we start to make some momentum back into that, but that's a little bit rough. Okay, so what time is it? 1:38. I'm going to see if I can answer this entire thing in 3 short minutes. Okay, so Exceed StarCraft. In Zerg vs. Terran, typically Terran applies early pressure with Marine Medic. You, the Zerg, respond with Speed Zerglings, Sunken Colony, stuff like that, and then there begins a long period of Terran defensiveness, where you have Mutalisks, you have Speedlings, you're harassing, you're able to move out on the map with Lurkers, you're able to establish your expansions, and right before the next big push, you get Defilers. So you kind of have this period of Medic Marine pressure stops, buy time, Defilers. So you actually get a lot of breathing room. And in that breathing room, you typically make drones, you tech, you start upgrades, things like this. But against a 1-1-1 opening, for any of you who don't know about this, the Terran player is pressuring a lot early with Vultures, transitioning very quickly to a Starport to get things like Science Vessels up to defensively irradiate against Mutalisks, which, again, creates a sort of contrasting texture, where instead of it being you hold off with Zerglings and Sunken Colonies, and then boom! You have Mutalisks, and then you're the captain now. It feels like the Vultures are coming very early, and then it feels like when you get the Mutalisks, you can't really do much of anything, because then quickly thereafter, like 12 Marines and 3 Science Vessels show up. What? Right? That fucks with your head a little bit. Because, again, think of that typical middle period of Zerg vs. Terran. You have small numbers of Zerglings, a good number of Mutalisks, and small numbers of Lurkers. It's small numbers of core units, lots of Mutalisks. And the 1-1-1 seems to build the perfect anti-Mutalisk army, and you can't really get your footing, you lose your thirds, you're getting pressured at weird times long before your Defiler tech comes up. So here's what I would suggest to you. First of all, if you watch Soulkey in the KSL Finals versus Sharp, Soulkey did an opening build order that permitted him to deal with some of the early aggression of the Vulture and pretty much navigate its way back to standard play. And that build is the following. 12 hatch, then 12 gas, 11 pool. Or it may have even been 12 hatch, 11 gas, 10 pool. Now that's really weird to get your gas geyser that quickly. Why? Why the fuck would you do such a weird build? Because you have almost no drones mining minerals, because you get 3 in the gas so early. Well, the idea behind this is that when the spawning pool finishes, you have enough gas to get speed zergling and a layer. You're still getting a very fast layer for Mutalisk pressure, but then you also have the speed zerglings to deal with those fucking asshole vultures. And they are assholes, because I play Zerg, and I hate anyone who makes a vulture against me early. You can go to hell, okay? So by getting the speed zergling so early, you deal with the unusually early vulture pressure, because your speed zergling timing now matches it. Again, side note in the normal timing where you go layer and then zergling speed, that speed zergling timing matches the Marine Medic, but that's, again, standard play. In this particular circumstance, because you're getting the zergling speed so quickly, you match the vulture timing, and then you're getting Mutalisk quickly, but it's very important that you note you want to go for about 6 Mutalisks early on by saving up that gas from that very early 1 geyser, but you don't quickly get the 2nd geyser at your expansion. This is where you build drones, and then you get your 3rd hatch, and then you get a more delayed 3rd gas geyser. Instead of getting it like 22 supply on a 3 hatch opening, you're getting it more at a 27, 28 supply, possibly later, something like that. So in this situation, you navigate back to Mutalisk, Zergling, defending, so that way you can get a 3rd and you can get your usual shit. You transition back into the normal play, but this opening provides you the tools to be able to deal with the early vulture pressure. It provides you the tools to be able to continue to pressure back with speed zerglings and Mutalisks showing up without completely disrupting your economy. Good, 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 right? You'll note that doing this early opening also has reasonable transitions if you're against a regular player, because you're getting the speed zerglings so fast that you can push them back, you can delay your sunken colonies, go back to droning, go back to normal timings, get a 3rd hatch following up, and that's totally fine. Now, the other alternative note that I will emphasize is that think about the threats that you're against in normal Zerg vs. Terran leading up to Defilers, right? I'm cutting straight to like 8 to 10 minutes into the game. What are the normal threats that you are dealing with at that point in time? You're dealing with 1 science vessel, because it's just come out, 3-ish tanks, and a shitload of medic marine. The shitload of medic marine is precisely why you do need to get the Defilers up, because you don't have enough muscle. Contrast this with the pressure forms of a 1-1-1. An unusually high science vessel count, like 3, sometimes 4. Maybe 2 vultures that are able to plant mines. And then like 12 medic marine. Not a shitload, a small number. Therefore, I strongly suggest that you explore building more Zerglings in that mid-game period. Lurkers are worse because there's a tank, some vessels, and a small number of Marines. Mutalisks are worse because there's science vessels and some amount of Marine Marauder, or Marine Medevac. Sorry, wrong game. However, suck on Gatebreaker Ram, bastard face. However, if you're up against that 1-1-1, a lot of vessels, a tank, some vultures, and a bunch of Marines, you can just build like 40 Zerglings and just kill it with Zerglings. So that's what I would suggest to you. Look at Soulkey's opening versus Sharp in the KSL finals that happened on December 15th. Also check out and experiment around with building lots more Zerglings as your defensive tool rather than building lots of Lurkers and Mutalisks. You'll find that this frees up gas to get upgrades to tech up to Hive, and you can also go Zergling Defiler, and you don't even need Lurkers that fast. Boom! Oh my god, day 9, he does it again! Day 9! Oh! Alright. Take that. The Thought Hammer has spoken. Alright, it didn't take 3 minutes. I have lied to all of you. What a fuck, man. It's okay, I got this thing. Woody Adrian says 100 bits, day 9. Woo! Hell yeah, Adrian. Day 9! That was like an 8-minute one. Astro Rugger says, day 9. Have you tried the Naya version of the Hero of Precinct 1 deck? Huh. Huh. As gaming is everything, and Cindervines crushes control after sideboarding. Huh. C'est intéressant. So we have 2 gates. And not a lot of options, so we're gonna take like 1 billion damage. I think I just slam a crazy boy. Ooh, shit. Should have crazied for 1. I mean, this sucks some, but... You prick. I mean, that'll do it, but still. We're gonna say no blocks. Smash in next turn, intend on the chumps. Fuck. We no longer plan on the chumps. We plan on the prayers. That's it, we lost. Can't believe we've done this. There's no, there's no way. Heckin' fuck. Ah, heckin' fuck, man. Alright, so here is the technique that we are going to do. We're going to cut the Gatebreaker Rams, and I think, again, cut the mass manipulations. I think they're the incorrect maneuver. I think I do want the Archway Angel as my Chumperumperonis. Get the hell out of my deck, you Gatebreaker. Gates Ablaze is really good. I'm debating on the last thing that we want. I think I'd honestly prefer 3 negates over the Crushing Canopies. I think. Cindervines does seem kind of tight. I'm trying to win in the long game, though. So I'm trying to think of what is most beneficial in the long game. Like, in terms of grinding them out. Like, this will deal some points of damage, but won't affect the board very much. I think this is what I want. Ah! Get the hell out of my deck. I'm gonna give this a shot. Like, because it's one of those things where turns 1, 2, 3, 4 against Drakes, they're delaying and trying to get some Drakes out and trying to remove some threats, right? And then it's turn like 6, 7, 8, where they just try to fucking kill me all of a sudden. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to go over. Trying to go over the top. I'm trying to... Yeah, I do want that, just like that, yeah. Trying to go over the top. So, for instance, if I play Cindervines, indeed, I will deal 6 or 7 damage to my opponent, and then I'll just die, right? I will just up and abruptly poop the bed and be dead. Cash Override says, Dan, do you ever pre-sideboard if you feel like you're hitting a deck very often? I would say yes, but I wouldn't use the term pre-sideboard. It is true that I will change my deck. See, why does it want to do it then? Drunk Terran says, oh my god, I just realized that my Day 9 TV anniversary is on February 14th. Ooh, woo. Alright, here's what's going to happen. Hatefront's going to play a land, play a Drake, and I'm going to slam down the Guild Summit, fist pump, give him the finger, say good game, dust myself off. And try again. Dust myself off and try again, try again. Woo. What would you do to get to me? What would you say to have your way? Would you give up or try again? You know, I think I did this wrong. I think I should have played the island and then tapped a gate Because then I would have drawn another. See, our opponent's starting to power up. It's starting to become a power pal. So the fact that I can Circuitous Route, draw the Gates Ablaze, my god, I am so sick. I can't do it quite yet because I only have 3 of these puppies. So we're going to first do this, so that way we can get, we want to have an Izzet Guildgate. We want to get a little bit more red, a little bit more red. Yeah, no, I just think lots and lots of red. I need a little green as well. C'est parfait. And now we have enough to Gates Ablaze and Negate without an issue. Aaliyah's rolling in her grave, says Nemukins. Yeah, my bad. It's pretty sad. Grimvex says, I think it has you pick lands when playing Summit because Summit says you can tap more gates when it comes into play. That's true, Grimvex. I'm commenting on the fact that for whatever reason, it didn't really let me do that last game. Why? Why didn't it let me do it last game? There was one circumstance last game where I was a bit of a confused duzed. Okay, so I think that if I play this, a dive down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a Gates. This will let me draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is all that. So if I play another one, I can get a Guild Summit out. Do I want to Guild Summit or do I just want to draw a card? I think I just want to draw a card. I think drawing the card is the money play here. So I'm just going to do this. Draw first. Didn't have any Gates left to tap. This is when I had about 15 land out and I dragged my Guild Summit out and it like just tapped 3 of them and I was like, what? Okay. Looks like we're running out of Guild Summit. In my estimation, there is no counterspell in hand. Alright, let's go ahead and draw. Yep. Draw, draw. Boop. Boop. In what order do I wish to do this? I think that I will first play this. $29. And then I'll play my Gates Colossus. Maybe Auto Taper just automatically use basic land. It wound up not doing that in Grimvec. This is just why I'm a little confused. So I think that our strategy is correct. We actually have so much heal that we just blow right through our opponent's tickly drakes. Okay, so we have some real options here. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7 that we can do. Leave 2 open. Okay. I'm going to do this. No, because then I can't play the other guy. And that's actually fine. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop. Hello. We heal a little bit, and then we just smash in here. We don't play the other Colossus, so we can leave the Negate up. Exceed StarCraft asked another follow-up question to our Brood War discussion. It says, watching pro streams, I know some players get a Hydro Den fairly early. Is that just for Wraiths, or is that just for the Hydro Bust play? Also, how do I know if the Terran is just going 1/1/1 for pressure into that 3 Science Vessel tank, or if they're just doing 2 Port Wraith behind. That's part of the reason why the fast Zergling speed into Mutalisk opening allows you to get the Mutalisks quickly enough to deal with the Wraiths, and allows you to pressure your opponent enough that maybe the Wraiths want to be a little bit cautious. The historical answer to a low Marine count play is, I get Hydras, because Hydras are good against Vultures, Hydras are good against Wraiths. But the whole goal of the Flash style 1/1/1 is to, if your opponent does go Hydras, they're in the complete opposite position that Zerg wants to be in. So they have to like stay super far back and defensive. So So an alternative style of doing of answering 1/1/1 is actually to go for. It's really weird. You skip Zergling speed and you go for a hyper fast layer, and you just get a few Hydras. I hate that style though. I think it's bad, and I think that you should feel bad for thinking of it. So if you watch Larva, Larva's YouTube channel, which you can find, look up HongTube, HONGTUBE, HongTube. HongTube has a number of games where you'll see Larva go for, you know, that opening. I'm going to go ahead and Growth Spiral right now. It's the winner. Yeah, so, I mean, like, if I'm just being a regular bear, like, if I'm thinking purely in the thought process of a typical Zerg vs. Terran, I would say something like, oh, my job is to be the mid-game pressurer. I pressure with Speed Zerglings. I pressure with Mutalisks. And then I delay until I get Lurkers for temporary defense and Defilers for strong defense. Like, that's the usual story. So Hydralisks in the old days, and by old days I mean like 2012 even, you know, still pretty recently in StarCraft's history. In those days, you'd say, oh, well, if this is the usual play, if you're going for 1/1/1, then you know what you're doing? You're delaying. This could get spell pierced. I don't give a shit. Man, you're a fucking asshole. You'd say, oh, if you're going 1/1/1, you're delaying your huge marine push. So if you're delaying your huge marine push, I can delay my mid-game harassment game plan. I can get the Hydras, which slows everything down on my end, but that's okay, because eventually I'll get back to my Mutalisk harass thing, and that's really good. The way that Flash turned this on its head is that he opened 1/1/1 and transitioned to do quick follow-up attacks. Are you wearing a robe? Of course. I'm royalty. Looks so fluffy it is. It's quite nice. It's a strong moray, though. Sacriel is Jedi Master Day 9. More like Gunmaster Sacriel. Whoa! How can any man be so good at a gun? Alright, I think we just Growth Spiral our way right into Shruggin'. And again, I'm main phasing this because I don't want to be up against a Negate. I mean, this could get Spell Pierced, but that's fine. Day Night Festival speech reminder. Oh yeah, that's what my alarm just was, Rob. And I want to do that reminder. I just got to get out of this game first. Yes! All the spell PSs are going away. If we can get one more land, then I can Crazy Boy for 4. Which will be grand. Should be 4 in there? 5? Okay. Oh yeah, no, there are 4 in there. I did count it right. There's a Crackling Drake. So this means that the Terramander can barely Adapto up. But that's quite a pack of damage. I'm gonna adapt. Ooh. If any of these were frickin' damn frickin' gates. Ooh boy. Woohoo! Yahoo! Yeah! Now none of them have a red source in there. Hello! We are dead. But, GG. So, like... Oh, Cash Override says, with Purge out of town, what's Day and I doing on Wednesday? Purge is out of town, Cash Override? My face just exploded at that news. Did not realize that. We solo queue laddering. I don't like solo queue laddering. I'm just gonna play Magic all day. I really don't like solo queue. I think solo queue in Dota 2 sucks. I think it is like the opposite of fun. If I want to do something by myself, I want to play a game that was designed to be played by yourself, you know what I mean? Fuck. Can't stand playing that. Where's my Subnautica Day 9? I'm waiting on 2 cables that I need to finish my dual monitor, or my dual PC setup. So it's plausible we could do it on Friday. But I'd prefer to do it next Tuesday if we do it at any point, because I want at least a little hype building for it. Freedom says, there's some online literature I can read. The dual PC setup. It's plausible. It's plausible that it exists. Ugh, I'm so tired. I have to drink coffee. What up? I'm here to break gates and smash faces. And eat plates. Soccer says, have you ever completed Subnautica Classic? Get this. I haven't even played it, my friend. Alright, Riek T appears to be saying to me, I have a frilled mystic! Me! I have it! I have a frilled mystic. Do you ever buy physical cards anymore? Yes. I love giving complete answers. Yeah. Dude, I even have my prized Craterhoof Behemoth right here to my left. Don't have you checked out CSGO's Danger Zone? I looked at a video of it, and I went, oh, that's neat. And didn't care, you know, because, I don't know, I've played so much Counter-Strike that I'm like, oh, okay, you know, it seems reasonable. But then I watched Apex fucking Legends, and okay, I don't play shooter games. And when I watched Apex Legends, I was like, oh! Like, I watched Shroud for 2 hours or so last night. Alright. Alright. Fucking piece of dicks. Yeah, I watched Shroud play, and then I woke up this morning, and I watched Sacriel play. I was at the gym on the elliptical. My little butt was rubbing together. He's so good! And it was hard to understand what Chris was saying because I don't have that Google Translate program that translates British to English. Teasing you. I'm being a little teasatory bastard. And of course, I'm sure you'd say something like, he's like a proper teaser, yeah? Alright. Blimey! Yeah, no, counter it. I don't give a shit, man. I'm going in for the face. I'm going in for the jugular. I can't believe you've done this. Crunch. Clackety clackety clack. Crunch. Clackety clackety clack. Do you speak American? Do you speak freedom? I think this matchup is going to be a big old pile of sadness here, man. I actually think I'm going to be a complete weeper from Planet Froundar in this matchup. It's me, Hydroid Krasis! And then at the end of the turn, what's going to happen? React. He's going to be like, you know what? Is it my turn? Is it my turn? Alright. Let's make it count. Yeah, Reddish Mallard too, same thing. Reddish Mallard, man. Ah, Frilled Mystic! Ah! Attack! 100% kill this flappy guy. Alright, now that we've gotten that threat out of the way, I'm eagerly looking forward to losing to an infinitely looped Frilled Mystic beatdown. Alright, I mean, Cindervines is going to be good against this, but I need Crushing Canopy. Wilderness Reclamation. Bing bong. Untap. I'm gonna untap everything, and then I'm gonna tap this, and I'm gonna look. I'm gonna find a Nexus of Fate. Here it is. Okay, I didn't get it, but that's okay. I'm gonna Growth Spiral. Now, okay, I'm gonna tap all my mana. Now, for what it's worth, I ran this exact deck, the precise Simic Nexus of Fate deck. You saw me run it. You know that I've run this, okay? But I really want Nexus of Fate to be banned. Alright, so while some more of our opponent's turns are coming, I'm just going to auto-pass. Okay, wait. Hold on. That's the worst part about Nexus of Fate, is that I can't walk away from the computer. I can't just hit auto-pass and have it charge through till everything's done. No, it's just like, by the way, hit the resolve button. Like, why is this done button here? Like, I don't want to see this, man. I'm digging that jumper. It's not a jumper. It's just a sweater. It's actually an extremely large male diaper. I start at the crotch, and I pull it up from there, and I wrap it all around, and then I poop freely because I have all the time in the world. I don't take turns in Magic the Gathering. Could they ban this fucking card? Please? Alright, I need to get coffee, man. I hate this card. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm back just in time to hit done. Alright, you got me. Sweater is called a jumper here in Australia? Well, that makes sense, because you guys have kangaroos. Alright, so the Gates Ablaze are going away. I think that is correct. Maybe that is wrong. Bing bong. Boom. Maybe that's wrong. Let me just put some shit in and just look for a second. How can I not fucking count? I think this is roughly what I'm gonna do. No. That's better, right? I think the expansion explosions are better. Think I want Banefire? I don't think I need Banefire. Banefire seems like a very useless card in this matchup. These guys are going to be good, though. Oh, I didn't take out the Gatebreaker Rams. Maybe Gatebreaker Rams are fucking useless, too. I hope it accepted my changes. Rod says, I feel the most important cards for them are as Kanta and Wilderness Reclamation. Your main way to deal with those are in mass manipulations. Can you explain that? I don't really see... I mean, are you implying that they're going to get a large set of creatures, and so I just need to, like, capture the creatures, and that's the way to answer? Because, yeah, I don't know. For what's worth, mass manipulation can only target creatures and planeswalkers. I successfully made that mistake myself, so. Unless you're referring to something else, which is what I'm sort of curious about. Yeah. No, I was literally playing a game and I was like, I got him! And I cast Mass Manipulation for X equals 3 and tried to click on the 3 Wilderness Reclamations and like fucking nothing happened. Yeah, be nice to Narod. Narod may have just misunderstood the card. Narod says, rip me. Don't worry about it, man. Listen, anytime there's a new set, you're gonna completely misread all the cards. It's like the whole point of this game. This game is one big, long, continuous stream of misreading the goddamn card, man. In my experience. Alright, so I'm gonna play the Guildgate, isn't it? Fuck you, I wore it better, motherfucker. Let's get this down here. Boom. Hit it! See, I don't know, when I was like younger, I used to be like, oh my god, you didn't read the card! And like 100% of all top players, all low players, all mid-level players, all of them, everybody misreads cards. Like, that's just the way that shit works, man. Everyone misreads cards in Magic. Oh, good. I get to Gatebreaker Ram. Have that countered by a fruit. Missed it. Oh, fuck yeah, I'm the king. Phantom Badger says, what's the difference between a jumper and a sweater? I don't know. Couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you, man. On-curve Wilderness Reclamation into Chemistry's Insight is a really, really strong opening. Son of bitch. I think I'm just going to copy this when it comes in. What you gonna do, React? Go, my Gatebreaker Ram. Go! I don't think I'm fast enough to go under. I wanted to wear it. You know what I can't wait for is the card that reads copy target spell, then counter it. Oh! Ah. Precognitive perception. Well, I think I can find a Nexus of Fate somewhere in here, and then I will take another tournament. Ah! Just Warden says, would sideboarding Unmoored Ego be worth it for Nexus of Fate? Despite all the different mana sources we run in this, we like don't have black. So that's sad. It appears I have located Nexus of Fate. At least this fucking thing isn't flipped yet. Oh, balls. And then this is gonna tap, and then this is gonna tap, and then all of these are gonna untap, and then I'm gonna try to sacrifice, and I'm gonna try to draw, because I really want to take another turn after this. Kaboom! And then what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to tap, and then untap, and then I'm going to pass the turn, pass the turn, pass the turn. Yes. Yes. Excellent. Well, big old pile of fuck. Do we draw two and have a floaty boy? I think this is the play. It's gonna get frilled. It's not a deal. Yeah. See you later, alligator. Dwayne Rhodes says, how are you holding that mug? I've literally never seen someone hold a mug that way. This has left me unnerved. Oh, you mean like this? This way? Yeah, so what I do is I insert the ring and pinky finger into the top of the handle, and then I cradle the top like this. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, sometimes I do this. Sometimes, you know, I do it like this. But the problem I have with this is that my hand is large enough that it doesn't actually fit in. I can get like 3 fingers in there. Just there for the rewards, I thought best of 3s were supposed to break Nexus decks. What I'll note is that I think that there is a statistical skew in perception that can cause people to misevaluate how successful the Nexus of Fate decks are. And I will contrast that with how emotionally fucking shitty it feels. So for instance, let's say I'm playing against a Nexus of Fate deck, and one of these is a counter spell, and I counter it. And then I attack once, and my opponent searches for Nexus, whiffs, and then that's game, right? It is entirely possible to just kill a Nexus of Fate deck, just like that, right? But what I hate is that when I'm losing to Nexus of Fate, it takes 15 minutes. You know what? We're just going to take a moment because we've been taking a moment for a while. Working Class Hero asks a great question. Says, how does it feel to be a streamer where thousands of people judge and microanalyze all of your bodily behaviors? It's been a 10-year-long, very interesting exercise in understanding how to not have an ego and to be fine about shit. Because, I mean, historically, I don't have much of one anyways. It's not like I went live and I'm like, really, guys, I'm just fucking smarter than people, which is why I do this for a living, right? I don't know that fucking nonsense floating in there. But everyone still has some where, you know, you'll hold a glass like this and you'll drink this and someone will call something out and you gotta just be cool with it. You gotta fucking be cool with it. What am I gonna do? Be like, fuck you, I bet you hold mugs like a mutant, you know? What am I gonna do? And, you know, the only reason anyone's making that comment is because they are opting to tune in, they enjoy the content, and it's a form of fun banter because they're trying to express something positive. Maybe it rubs me the wrong way, but I shouldn't try to attribute nastiness to people who are clearly showing up, paying money to be able to chat, and then trying to have banter with me. Like, that's fine. It's totally fine. It's, like, not a big deal. Things that actually, you know, take some getting used to is like when you fuck up in Dota and you get like hot in the face and everyone in chat is like, you fucked up, you're shit, oh my god. And you gotta also learn to be cool with that, you know. You just have to learn to be cool with it. I'm just gonna go ahead and move on with my life. I feel like I conceded a while back, and I, like, can't even concede. Look, there's actually no menu. I actually did concede already, but it's not allowing me to concede. Okay. This is why I don't like this card. Again, I think the Nexus of Fate could very well be statistically weak. There we go. But I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. Shit card. I used to think that it was actually, like, proper busted. But I think that's mistaken. I think it's just that it needs to be deleted from the entire fucking game. I think back to something that Eric Dodds, one of the creators of Hearthstone, it was Eric Dodds and Ben Brode. Eric Dodds gave a GDC talk where he spoke about emotional design matters. And the example that he used was, way back in the early days of Hearthstone, there was a spell called Mind Control that said, take control of target creature. Now, if you've never played Hearthstone, you take your turn, your opponent takes their turn. There's no countering, there's no interactivity on one another's turns. And so if I had a huge creature and you just, like, took it, you'd feel bad, right? 'Cause, oh, shit, right? Like, creatures are hard to stick in Hearthstone. They show up and disappear. I mean, a Hearthstone board state is kind of like looking at primordial ooze. There's just nothing. And then a creature pops up, and then it's gone. Back into the complete nothing. So when you finally get like a huge creature out, and you're like, yeah, it feels good. And then they just snickety snatch that fucking guy back up. It feels bad. Mind Control cost 8 mana. And there were complaints everywhere. Oh my god, it's overpowered, it's bullshit, because you can run multiple copies of this card. So I'm just getting all my shit stolen. Priests don't even need to run creatures, they just take my creatures! I'm so mad! Right, and I was, you know, even one of those people guilty of said things. Even if externally I was more controlled and tempered. But what Eric Dodds noted in the GDC talk is that they looked and saw that the win rate for Mind Control was not overpowered. It was a fair card. It was okay. But they nerfed it from 8 mana to 10 mana, which really crippled its overall effectiveness. But this was, you know, one of those instances where they just said, yeah, no, the emotional design we think matters a ton. Which I always find to be a really interesting anecdote. Pessimist says, GDC talk about the 20 lessons learned with one of the creators of Magic. I thought it was 30 lessons. I could be completely wrong, but that is one of the best GDC talks that there is. I mean, that's a spectacular ass talk. It's also a spectacular ass talk. 20 lessons for 20 years. Mark, Rose, Water, 30 lessons. It's 20. There's literally no such thing as 30 lessons learned. I'm a moron. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Oof. I wish I could Circuitous Route, but instead I have to kill up all his shit. Dragig says, any inclination to go back and try Hearthstone again with the new nerfs? Dude, I'm just really enjoying Magic. That's about it right now, man. This is a good card. Okay, so I'm going to do something that might look weird. Rather than try to answer this right now, I think what I'm going to do is just Circuitous Route out some of my Izzet Guildgates to grow my blue mana. So now I can actually have enough to mass manipulation. Maybe just take all the oozes. Feels good. I'm not against reinvestigating Hearthstone at a later date. I know there's some people that have, like, malice towards various games. I don't, man. There's a few exceptions to that, I'm sure. There's got to be exceptions to that where I've gotten really upset. Ukulele, I got a little worked up about. I'm trying to think. No, I mean, yeah, like with Snarfstone, man, I was just like, eh, and then just kept doing the thing. Hello. Yeah, man. I just started to play the shit out of Magic, and that's about that. Kaboom. Alright, go ahead and play this. I'm gonna tap that. Nice. Nice. Oh, I'm at 6 health, man. I'll just play one Archway Angel and be 100% fine. Do I just want to smash this? I mean, it feels like that's the play, isn't it? Then it's like counterspell, and I'm like, ooh! Ooga Chaka _ says, hey Sean, I just subscribed to ask for some advice. I'm learning Python as my first coding language. Nice. I'm trying to land a job in an entry-level programming position. Any tips on what more I can learn to increase my odds of landing my first non-retail job? Why, yes, I do have advice. And I've said this before, and it's one of my favorite things to talk about. And to make it a little different, I am going to go down a route that I don't talk about as much, that is 100% true. All right? Ready for the truth? In a job interview, it is very challenging to come up with a reasonable set of questions where, upon hearing the candidate's answers, that interviewer can identify whether those answers translate to this person will be good at this job. A better way to put it is most interviewers have no fucking clue what they're doing, okay? They don't know what they're doing. There's an engineer who's a great engineer and is a good engineer and is a good engineer. I don't know why I repeated this twice, but I feel like you didn't hear me. This is a good engineer who's a good leader, who's a good project manager, who then they say, Jerry, interview this person. Jerry goes, oh, okay, and then is expected to talk on the phone with someone for 20, 30 minutes. Maybe it's a longer phone interview, it's an hour interview, and Jerry might just go, yeah, well, I had a clever solution for a problem, and this candidate didn't imagine the exact same solution that I have in my head, therefore this person sucks. Like, there is so much absolute nonsensical bullshit that I have heard and seen. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now, what is the way that we want to answer this? I can, like, Guild Summit and draw 1 billion cards, and I think that this is what I do wish to do. Are we going to take some pain? Oh, fuck yeah, we are. I think actually I'm going to be slightly safe here and run this out. Alright, so like, imagine any game that you play. Imagine any game you play a lot. And imagine someone saying, I need you to look at 20 minutes of one of this person's games and determine whether or not they should be paid $100,000 a year to be on a pro team. Actually, that's a worse example because there's only like 40 pros in a lot of games. But again, like, most people have no good sensation of how to evaluate recruiters, right? The esports example is really bad because that is actually kind of fucking easy in a lot of regards. But there's like really interesting, stupid fucking things that I have seen when people are like, what are your greatest strengths? What are your greatest weaknesses? Generally, these are fucking terrible questions. Generally, these are some of the stupidest questions an interviewer can ask. Why? Because does Melissa answering what her 3 greatest weaknesses are give the interviewer any visibility into whether or not Melissa can code fucking PHP? No. Oh my goodness, did we just get totally fuckaronied? We can heal for a bunch, and healing for a bunch is generally good. Let's go ahead and draw 2. Patrick James says, hey, Melissa's great, leave her alone. Well, this is the thing that I like to, I'm trying to stress, is that Melissa could honestly be fantastique. Like, absolutely 10 out of 10, great out of 8. Without exception. Melissa could just be freaking unbelievable. But a lot of times these questions don't showcase that. So in many ways, there is a large amount of randomness and noise associated with interview processes. But okay, so how do you deal with this? How do you deal with the fact that people are going to ask weird questions? A lot of people are going to come up with stupid, like, I've heard basically like trick questions that are like brain teasers, you know, that are like, there are 2 poles and there are 80 meters of wire between the 2 poles. How far between the 2 poles is it such that the tether is 40 meters off the ground or some other thing, you know, where theoretically the correct thing is to use the hyperbolic tangent function to identify what the curve is to be able to see the lowest point. But hey, if you thought about it, there's a trick solution, you know? And if you're in a job to become like a front-end artist, like, why does this fucking matter? Like, it's so stupid. Anyways, okay, so that's some of my ranting. Ugh. Ootburger says, I could be wrong, but I think the goal of an interview is to analyze the character of the person because the specific skills can be easily / quickly obtained on the job. The skills can be easily or quickly obtained on the job is, in many positions, rarely true. Rarely the case. How many things can I steal right now? We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can get another draw here. Play a Crazy Boy. A Crazy Boy could be pretty tight. Look at this dope wall. Like, for instance, if you're an engineer, if you say, I have completed a CS degree, you could be so good that you can change the future of that company. You can be so bad that you add negative value to the code base and set the company back in terms of time. They would have been more successful had you written no code at all, right? Huge range of skill sets. So you do need to do some skill set evaluations and interviews and stuff like that. Identifying the character of someone is good, but again, if everyone knows that they're going to be asked on what their greatest weakness is, you know what? I can name you 10 people who are complete and total character-wise pieces of shit who would give a great 3-minute answer to what's my greatest weakness. It's just not that good of information. You know what I mean? I should play Magic at some point here. Boop. I just really want more cards, dude. Nope, can't get that one. Alright, because I think if I ramp up, then I can actually have the most hilarious... There we go. We did it. I probably should have talked... Yeah, got him. So, okay. So I went on this rant about how often companies say things like, hiring is the most important thing. And they just, like, don't have a sensible hiring practice pipeline. So we were up against Timur. Would the Clarions be good? I don't think they were that aggressive. So I think I can get around that. We do want the big boys. I mean, we're pretty close to what we want, yeah. I mean, I actually don't think I change anything at all. I think this is one of these weird matchups where I just don't change anything. This is, like, optimal. These are for the big clears. Obviously, we're not cutting 2 of these or this. Why do we want Gatebreaker Rams? Because it doesn't seem like they have a lot of targeted removal. They don't have a lot of black, so this is, like, a good wall. This is a good stabilizer. Great finisher. Yeah, I think this is fantastic. In the cases where we don't just sweep their board and they concede, we can just run another mass manipulator. In other words, hiring is hard. Hiring is hard. Hiring is hard. Okay, so Ugachaka. Now you're asking the question. Okay, Day 9 has gone on a rant about why he thinks that some hiring pipelines are inefficient. Thanks for wasting my time. But wait, there's more, Ugachaka. So I think that a consistent technique that I recommend is first-class evidence that you know what the fuck you're doing. In other words, here is a project that showcases I can do a thing. Here's a really simple example. Let's say, like, I think graphics programming is sweet. I would love to, at some point, just do a ton of graphics programming. I would love to do that. So let's say I wanted to apply to a job. At some point, let's say I actually went through the steps of learning graphics programming, and I wanted to show to someone I was applying to that I'm not just some clown fuckman who streams himself playing video games every now and again, that I'm a competent graphics programmer. I don't have a degree in graphics programming. My degrees are in math and interactive media, right? So how do I prove that? Well, wouldn't it be cool if I wrote my own graphics engine, implemented a whole bunch of interesting graphical techniques in it, optimized it, and then built an environment that I could show. Then I could say, hey, welcome to the interview process. Sean, tell me about yourself. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. I think graphics programming is really cool. I actually took it upon myself to teach myself how to do graphics programming, and let me show you what I've learned. Shh, rotate the laptop around. Bam. Here's this scene. Now, I didn't just make a pretty scene using Unreal and some built-in, tools. I actually wrote the engine, so you can check out all of my code. It's on my GitHub, but let me walk through this sort of thing. And so I'm suggesting like a really big, ambitious project, but, you know, this can show that, wow, this guy actually appears to do it. He gets it. Wow. Or can you imagine the cover letter? Hi, I'm Sean. I'm really interested in graphics programming. I'm applying for a graphics programming position. I've spent the last 3 years teaching myself graphics programming, and as an example of how good I am at teaching myself, look at this motherfucking thing I built. Feel free to check it out. It's badass, right? In the cover letter, your cover letter actually has some stick and standout to it. And you can do this in any form. You want to learn Python programming, make something with it, and show that. This is the rhythm of the wild. Because, you know, when you have things like, I have a PHP certification, I have a degree in CS from Ivy League University. Like, so does everyone. Like, it's not that is a trivial thing to look down upon. It's that it's a difficult thing to distinguish you. It's a difficult thing to make something conceptual concrete. And I'm obsessed with the idea of conceptual versus concrete, right? What's the conceptual thing? I have programming skill. What's the concrete thing? This goddamn project. You know what I mean? So again, I have a programming degree from Stanford. I guess conceptually you should be a good programmer. Stanford's a name I recognize, right? That should be good, right? Is it guaranteed to be good? You know, not necessarily, but, you know, it should be good, right? You have a whole bunch of, I'm not really sure. But if you can say, look at this, boom, bam, oh my gosh, it's grand. This is honestly some of the reason why job experience is talked about as being a good thing. Guess what, motherfucker? I got gates for days. Did I mention that I have gates for days? Because I have gates for days. Izzet. Give me my Izzets. GG. Do you want to chump block? Do you want to chump blocky blocky block? Oh, you wish you didn't have to chump. Well, I'm so sorry. That sucks and feels dumb. Alright. Whitmage says, as an HR person, I recommend against this is my goddamn project. Yeah, I think that we should listen to Whitmage. That might be, of course, saying White Mage, but, you know, I figure if we're on a streak of poor use of language, may as well run it. Yeah, if you, for instance, are interviewing at a position, and you go up and you grab the interviewer's throat, and you're like, look at my goddamn project, and you just start punching him in the face, and then you take their face, you grab him by the hair, and you go, bam, you slam him right down on a laptop screen, and you're like, look at the fucking project. You probably run the risk of coming across unstable. Alright, I've discovered the play. It's jam. See, Carney says, bully them into giving you a job. I never thought of that. Yeah, it's pretty sophisticated. Alright. That's exactly the guy they're looking for. Flink, flink. Let's play this a little bit more. And then I'm just going to play some mono red, man. I want to play mono red. I want to play mono red. Do you want to see mono red? I'm going to play mono red. Whoops. Look at my goddamn project. I've been working on this for a long time. Day 9, I've spent the last 3 years developing a real fuck you attitude, and I'd like to showcase it. This is a bad hand. Hired, says Mango Breeze. He's doing it. And doing it well. Look at this. We're all gonna get their city. Go uses now. The next question is, what should my project be? One of my favorite questions is, what should my project be? I love that. We actually run 30-day projects here at Day 9 TV with the entire purpose of trying to come up with a thing that you can poop out in 1 month's time that will push a skill set, be a nice output, look good on your resume. Oh my god, we screwed the pooch, but no, we didn't. We didn't mess anything up. Except I did launch my pen. Where's the good pen? Is this the good pen? Fuck yeah. Gilyu says, or which of my 74 projects I should actually focus on? For me, the best way to get out of the rut of what do I do is just pick 5 or 10 that you think are fine. You know, just 5 or 10 ones that have any properties to them at all. Just pick 5 or 10 of them. Put them in a hat, pick out one, and say, this is the only thing I'm going to work on for 1 month. Or for 2 weeks. I just allocate a digestible amount of time, full well saying to myself, I give myself permission to abandon this thing if after 3 weeks I don't give a shit about it. Alright? But I'm gonna commit to it for 3 weeks. Oh, you wanna shock me? I'll growth spiral you in the face. Yeah. Boom, Guildgates. And the chat says, I'm just so busy this month. With just like, yeah. Some months you're just gonna be in a... You're gonna be stuck in an irredeemable jumble of shit. Love that phrase, it's so good. Shout out to BoJack Horseman. Cynic X, is there an next 30-day project in the calendar? We're gonna be doing one... I'm going to give you a hand-wavy date. We'll give you more confirmed dates in the future. Search for calendar. My turn. Oh, Maria. It is a guild summit, yes. Draw how many cards? Every card. Ooh. Yeah. Oh my god, Eric's watching. Oh my god, Ski, you're tuned in. Woo! It's Eric. Yeah, it's looking like a March-ish running to April-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dive down saves this Pteramander, but does kill the other Pteramander. And we actually don't mind very much about that. Now that all these things are out, we can spam these. So we'll take 5 damage unless it's like Drake, maximize velocity, but our opponent would need exactly 3 cards, exactly a mountain, a Drake, and a maximized velocity, so I expect this to be fine. Given this is game 1, I think Archway Angel will probably give us a good bit of healing here to survive. Yeah, I think this very much so feels like the play. Heal up for a trillion. Yeah, so we're going to be doing 30-day projects starting mid-March, running to mid-April. I don't think I blocked this. Set the course. Make it happen. So how many gates we have it here? Lot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 gates. X equals 6. Alright, let's see if our opponent thinks that he's gonna get us by blocking and then buffing the Pteramander. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8. Still need to be an extremely specific set of cards, so I'm okay. I'm okay and content to do this. Oh, not you. Draw, draw. So this permits us to still survive through a Spell Pierce. Oh, that's not the one I want to do! Woo! Wow. I mean, we literally talked about playing around this. I mean, we're just going to blow up our own board. Whatever. Whatever, I live life on the edge. Perfect. So our opponent needs a couple of extraordinarily specific things right now to be able to win. I mean, us going to 2 is certainly a possibility, but this deck pretty much only runs shocks as its only burn. The fact that it appears our opponent is looking for shock. Our opponent which would have bing-bonged and killed us. Yep, looking for shock still, looking for shock. This is fine, this is fine, this is fine. Alright, got us. No big deal. I could've... I think I probably should have kept this one back. Probably should have kept that one back, but not too torn up about it. So let's see here. We don't want the Gatebreaker Rams, I don't think. Maybe we actually do want the Gatebreaker Rams. I feel like I'm not quite fast enough to go under. These don't seem good. Like, we could actually go pretty basic and just, like... Gate Colossus seems a little funky here. Maybe something like this. And just trying to beat them to death. If you're going to suggest a card to put in, suggest a card to cut out. I'm talking to you, Despy. You gotta suggest the cards to cut. If a card comes in, another one must come out. I don't know about running additional ones of these. These are a real pain in the ass for our opponent to deal with. Kind of like Expansion Explosion as a copy card. We'll be on the play. I think I was a wee bit too leisurely with our health. Because I was like, oh, he needs exactly one shock, so. Admiral Audio says, how long did your depression last after binge watching BoJack Horseman? I watched one season then stopped because it just made me too sad. Yeah, I think Nexus of Fate is pretty strictly the card that we want for... Or excuse me, Cindervines is the card that we really want for the ultra control matchups. Anything that's tempo-y, it is extremely weak against because, like, for instance, if I was able to play Cindervines on this turn, we'll probably deal a total of 6 or 7 damage and then immediately die. God dang. Drop the canopies for the mass manipulations. I'm less a fan of mass manipulations in this matchup because shit gets run down a little swiftly in this matchup. Like, right now this is, I think, a good time. I have much more flexibility with Crushing Canopy, you know? I have a lot more flexibility because I can just play it sooner. I think this was smart to use the Gatebreaker Rams. Go a little easier on the Colossi. I just gate break my way and heal my way up. Alright, let's bonk in for some damage. Spell Pierce is fine. I just want cards out of this hand, you know. I mean, this guy's already doing work. And always dodges Gates Ablaze, because this gets +X, where X is the number of gates. This deals X damage. It's a grand old time. Okay, so here's the play, right? I can swing in if this block... Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to swing in. What do I want to do? I'm going to swing in. If this gets dived down, which is what I would expect would happen, we can kill this. We can dive down afterwards. Or, blow it up with the Gates Ablaze afterwards. We can also Guild Summit. Which I kind of want to do now that our opponent is out of mana. Because I think this is how we definitely get an advantage in the long run. I think. So I'm eager to run my opponent out of chords. And so what I need to start doing right now is planning on chumping and delaying, which is fine. Not attacking with this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice. All right. So we're obviously going to tap these two. Alright, this is kind of a weird draw. A bit of a weird situation. Getting terraflandered. So this is a negate, right?
Ooh, let's see what we got.
Boy, this is like real yucky unlucky. So we don't die this turn. We do have to have some answers for next turn. Alright, well this is a start. Oh my god. I am a dead dude, right? That's game. Fuck. I mean, because this is very, very clearly a negate. Whoa. Yuck. So if I put this out, I have to pay 1 mana. Otherwise, this gets sacrificed. Then I wouldn't have enough to Gates Ablaze. And we also expect that our opponent has counter. Rats. I mean, the one thing that so the clear mistake we made was not killing this Crackling Drake. And that's fine, because I actually thought that I had a lot more time. But, you know, misestimation. No big deal. Might as well re-roll this. This is going to take a long time to get up there. Black or green spell. Ooh, I can do green. I can do green. But yeah, I mean, in that matchup, we did a little bit of experimentation with, like, you know, our overall pacing. It was helpful. Just a little bummed that it wound up going so poorly. Because I think I had, like, one Izzet Drakes matchup where, I mean, I fucking stomped that Izzet Drake. That felt good. I actually cut all the Gatebreaker Rams from it. Cut all that stuff. We could plausibly try that again. It was like all negates and crushing canopies and all that stuff. Maybe you have too many non-gate lands. I doubt that, Venfaith. I doubt that very much. Try the Nexus version of Gates? No, and I never will, Cap. Everything. I fucking hate that card, man. Woo! I hate Nexus of Fates. Are some Drakes splashing black? Yeah, Kiamo, now that there's the dual land, for black mana, you can just run that without really interrupting your curve very much. This gate. I hate all these Nexus of Fate decks. Enough Nexus of Fate decks can buy. It's a rough card for sure, man. Wasn't there a recent tournament where, like, there's a lot of Nexus Fate decks that did well? Didn't that just happen? Like SCG Baltimore. This gotta come out here. Alright, get my Izzety guys. Get my Izzety dudes out. Stingy Doozy says, I don't think Nexus does super well on paper. Well, let's take a look. So, yeah, no, it looks like it got first, or no, it got top 3, and it got 4th in most recent paper tournament. Look at that. Would you look at that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I want this, or do I want a huge chonker? I want the chonker. Yeah, I mean, it seems pretty disgustingly good. Whoa. May as well do this. Oh.
We need to move quickly.
Oh, this is an interesting. Oh, this is an Ali Eldrazi deck, yeah, man. Jesus. It looks like a Simic Nexus got 3rd. And Nexus Gates got 4th. Yeah. Yeah, woof. Sultai mid-range 1, which is, like, totally expected. But I do not mind Simic. Or, excuse me, Sultai mid-range. Do not mind it one bit. God damn. You know, I really like this deck. We've had 2 tough matches against Drakes where we feel like we maybe made some mistakes and could have done it differently.
You know what? I'm not.
And I'm totally okay with all those. I'm totally okay with all those. I just cannot handle playing against Nexus of Fate at all. I'm going mono red after this, man. We're switching to mono red. I'm gonna take a bathroom break, give myself a little treatment, a spa day. You know, just sit there and go, you know, spend a few hours there, come back, do mono red. And by a few hours, I mean I'll be back in like, you know, 2 minutes.
Let's skip to the good part.
I'm just tapping out. I'm not even gonna play the rest of this match. I just don't want to. I don't really want to. It's just not that interesting to me. Concede match. All right.